Two of the biggest media franchises in the world are of course Harry Potter and Star Wars. Star Wars came first and took over the film industry, creating a whole new generation of nerds. Harry Potter followed on decades later, doing a similar thing. But what if we told you that Harry Potter is a copy of Star Wars? Well, stay tuned to today's video as we discuss, did Harry Potter copy Star Wars? First up, is Harry Potter just wands instead of lightsabers? When it comes to franchises that have changed media forever over multiple decades, Star Wars and Harry Potter are definitely two of the top 5. Both franchises are about a hero and his journey from rags to being one of the strongest heroes in that universe. Star Wars heavily focuses on space and time as well as lightsabers, whilst Harry Potter focuses on the wonder of magic and how it connects to today's modern world. Both franchises have very little in common, but when you look at Harry Potter, there is an argument that J.K. Rowling copied Star Wars and created a complete ripoff with wands instead of lightsabers. A viral TikTok has been going around that brings light to an age-old idea that Luke Skywalker and Harry Potter's story are very much connected. It's very important to elaborate on this, as there are many differences before delving into their similarities. The setting is much different between the two, as Harry Potter takes place on Earth, while Star Wars takes place throughout the galaxy. Star Wars takes place throughout a galactic civil war, while Harry Potter is always going on about the ongoing threat of a civil war throughout its time. They have such fundamental differences, but how could Harry Potter rip off Star Wars? Well, this TikTok brings up one of the biggest things in both stories. In the original Star Wars trilogy, Luke Skywalker is an orphan and is taught the ways of the Force by an old bearded man named Obi-Wan Kenobi. He teaches him about his past and is actually the one who brought him away from his parents to the sands of Tatooine. This is an age-old story at this point, and is one of the most iconic origin stories in history. But when you think about it, Harry Potter's origin story is awfully similar to Luke Skywalker's. Rather than being taught the ways of the Force, Harry Potter is orphaned as a child and taken away to his aunt and uncles by Hagrid. Later in his life, Hagrid reappears to teach him the ways of the wizarding world and to take him away from his aunt and uncle. This isn't just where the similarities end, as there are many more throughout the series. The biggest difference at this point in the comparison is that Harry Potter lives a pretty awful life as he hates his family, while Luke Skywalker lives a pretty chill life with his aunt and uncle on the Sons of Tatooine. The video then goes on to discuss Harry Potter and Luke Skywalker's mentors later on in both respective series. Yoda and Dumbledore are compared alongside the Millennium Falcon and Hogwarts, as they are both vessels to express the journey of the hero's new world. Hermione Granger and Harry are compared to Luke and Leia due to their personality and awkward sexual tension between the two. Meanwhile, someone like Ron Weasley is compared to Han Solo, as they are both the comic relief, both rugged characters, and both end up having a romance with the female lead. It's not hard to acknowledge these similarities between both Harry Potter and Star Wars, but does this mean that Harry Potter is a direct ripoff of Star Wars in every way? Wands and lightsabers are pretty hard to argue against. The stories of both characters are very different. Harry Potter is not a complete ripoff. Instead, both franchises represent the continuation of a classic storytelling method and use a power system that works and thrives within the worlds the creators have set. There has definitely been some inspiration from J.K. Rowling's side to create her world similar to George Lucas's, but that doesn't mean that Harry Potter is a complete ripoff of Star Wars. It might be funny to joke around about this, but when delving into the details, both franchises are very different. At the end of the day, Harry Potter is far from a ripoff of Star Wars, as it just holds some very detailed and important similarities. We hope you enjoyed us talking about the differences and similarities between Harry Potter and Star Wars, as both franchises seem very similar to each other. Despite the vast amount of similarities through storytelling and characters, both Harry Potter and Star Wars also have some stark differences between one another. Star Wars is a story about saving the galaxy and defeating your past, while Harry Potter is a storyline about saving the wizarding world and looking towards the future. Both franchises are very different and very similar at the same time, so it's understandable that many fan bases believe that Harry Potter is a copy of Star Wars. Please let us know down in the comments section below your thoughts on all of this, and also tell us about your opinion on if Harry Potter is a copy or not of Star Wars. And now, on to some other news from the last few weeks. Next up, here's everything Star Wars that was announced at Disney and Marvel's D23 Expo. Disney and Marvel's D23 Expo just happened a few days back, and there were so many announcements to go over. Those vast majority of these were of course Disney and Marvel projects, but Lucasfilm and Star Wars also had a small section of reveals and trailers to release. A few of these trailers were leaked a few months back during Comic-Con, as they were shown to the audience there at the time. One of these was the release of The Mandalorian Season 3 teaser trailer. If you were an eagle-eyed viewer on Twitter during San Diego Comic-Con, you will have seen this trailer in poor quality already. However, now you can view it in its full HD glory on YouTube, so let's go over the trailer. The cast will include Pedro Pascal as the Mandalorian again, and even Katie Sackhoff as Bo-Katan. Executive producer Rick Famuyiwa went hands-on with the tease of The Mandalorian Season 3. This has been a dream of mine since I watched the first Star Wars film, Famuyiwa said, while Giancarlo Esposito teased that we haven't seen Moff Gideon be vulnerable before until this new new season. Most importantly though, we got the first trailer for the new season, which confirmed the season was arriving in 2023, but no specific date. However, the trailer did feature the return of Rise of Skywalker fan favorite Babu Frick. Hey! To hype up the imminent release of Andor, the cast was in attendance to tease the 24-episode spy thriller, with both seasons of the show consisting of 12 episodes each and leading into the events of Rogue One. Diego Luna noted how we'd fall in love with Cassian Andor all over again, calling the series the awakening of a revolutionary. While the show will also reveal more about Mon Mothma, it was also revealed that the second and final season will start filming soon, while the final trailer for the show was also debuted. Sadly, the other reveals we got didn't release any footage or much at all. We got news on the next season of The Bad Batch, the announcement of the Skeleton Crew, and one image of the Ahsoka standalone series. Rather than getting any footage from Ahsoka, those in attendance got some new look images, which Jon Favreau called Dave Filoni's magnum opus. You can definitely tell that both of these Star Wars legends are pouring their all into this project as they're bringing these fan-favorite animated characters to life. Ahsoka, of course, appeared in both Mandalorian Season 2 and the Mandalorian episodes of The Book of Boba Fett. Now, she's getting her brand new and solo series, which will follow on from the animated series Star Wars Rebels. Don't worry, if you haven't checked out Star Wars Rebels already, it's all on Disney Plus for you to watch. However, if you somehow didn't have time to watch Star Wars Rebels, it was revealed by having seen and read the scripts of Ahsoka that it will explain more than enough for you to understand the ongoing story. Ahsoka is seemingly following on from the ending scene of Star Wars Rebels, where both Ahsoka and Sabine Wren head out to look for Ezra Bridger, a lost Jedi who we follow throughout the series. We hope to see all of these characters in live action once again, as they've already been cast on social media. Hopefully, a trailer for Ahsoka is released sometime in early 2023, as the project is set to launch in early 2024. This is easily the most anticipated Star Wars product right now, aside from the next trilogy of films and Taika Waititi's standalone movie. And that's the end of today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed this latest video. If you did, would you please let us know down in the comments section below. It would be very helpful. Make sure to like the video, comment down below, and of course, subscribe to the channel with the notification bell rung. Thank you for watching today's video. Bye.